anything to do about the home. We've had 3 female prime ministers in the United Kingdom. They were all married, and their marriages before and after. Feminism is all about the workplace. That's one thing I keep saying all the time.
Now,
it's not about the home.
Hold on.
Opportunity,
But she
yes.
is a feminist in the home too.
No, you
That's
can't. There's no feminism at home.
Accepting my
There
role.
is
Let's
no
talk about
feminism.
equity versus equality. Let's talk about
There's no
equity.
equality. I personally, I don't agree that there's equality at home. I believe there's a difference between a man and a woman, right? And this is not even about the biblical laws or whatever. No, if you love a man genuinely, listen, you would lie down on the floor and tell him to step on you, and you will be happy.
Exactly.
So that's why I am understanding what the guy is saying.
Women are naturally submissive when they love a man.
There is genuine love and there is no plan B. A woman would do anything. She won't even buy a present. She won't buy anything for herself. She will buy for you. She will use your money for you and not for herself. But what I just want to say is, especially that the freeze, as your daughter is there, please, and this is what I tell my own daughter. You cannot marry if you don't have your own life, as in work life, school life, salary. All those things need to be put into consideration. Finances. Love is not enough in any marriage. Love is not enough in any relationship. Finance goes a long way. And then obviously there is love and commitment and values. If you have values, then there are so many things you will not do. If you have your morals, there are so many things you would not do because you have your values. So it's not about having, I personally, I wouldn't even want, it's okay to maybe have a nanny for the kids, but it's just not, I don't know, in the UK here, I'm used to the housework, I'm used to, and I think I like that privacy. Maybe once in a while I get a cleaner, and the cleaner is maybe just the sitting room and bathroom and kitchen. Don't go to my room. I'm just that, but that is UK. I don't know about Nigeria, and I don't think I want anybody to be hovering around me, like all these things they're doing to Daddy Freeze, stealing his money and all that, It's going to
the wrong people yourself.
Exactly, it's going to be happening, and that's really very, very bad. But first of all, I want our young people to know that love is not enough for marriage. I want our young people to know that you need to go to school, do a business, even if you're married to who is the richest man now? What's this Tesla guy? Please, Elon Musk, work. If there's nothing for you to do, go and clean his office. Make yourself responsible. I'm just giving an example.
So you marry Elon Musk now, then you go to sign Tesla check.
No, it's not about that. It's not even about signing Tesla's check. Go and make yourself responsible to that man, and that is where he's going to value you and respect you. Even if you're a housewife, I was a housewife, but I was still contributing. We were still building a property company. I was going on auctions. I was looking for new builds where they wanted to, build new houses. I would tell my ex-husband at that time, we will go there, we will negotiate. I was making myself useful. So even with pregnancy, I was doing up homes, me and builders, we were working. So you have to make yourself valuable in that marriage. If not, you've just signed a check for abuse.
Exactly.
Because whereby
Victoria, God bless you. Because let me tell you something here.
Yes.
Let me tell you something here. Personally, I'm the kind of man that takes care of 90%, 80 to 90% of everything that happens in my house. Children's school fees, allowance, upkeep, car maintenance, everything. I do it because I have a woman that appreciates it.
Yeah.
I do it because I have a woman who also goes over and beyond to please me and make me happy. If she wasn't doing what she's doing, I would not be doing what I'm doing. We need to understand that it is a give and give and take situation. It is never a give only, and it is never a take only situation. So we need to keep that at the back of our minds. And trust, unlike love, is earned. Only a stupid person. I was dating one girl one time after 1 year. I did check her phone, they check her waka, they check if she said something. She said, why don't you trust me? I said, where do I know you from that I will trust you? Did me and you grow up in the same house? Have I seen you poor, broke, and rich? Have I gone through all your life cycles with you and seen all the reactions you had for me to just jump and trust you? No. Trust is earned. Even my wife, I don't trust her immediately. I'm talking of 3-4 years. There were things that I did not trust her with in the first year that I started trusting her in the second year because she proved herself, and the trust kept growing. Trust, one of the biggest mistakes people make is you marry somebody and then the person tells you they are going to Jack on Day, and then you call somebody in Jack on Day play, I beg you see my wife for Jack on Day, and the wife now finds out you are checking and says, why don't you trust me? We cannot have a relationship without trust. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Protect yourself. Person where you don't know before is not entitled. Nobody's entitled to your trust. People earn your trust. You can love somebody. I can meet you today at a bar and have a conversation with you and fall head over heels in love with you. Love is immediate. Trust is earned. So a woman who has access to a man's finances is because she built a trust system. I'll tell you a story. I had a friend once. I needed somebody to move money to her account because that time I was going through issues with my ex. And then me and my ex were joint signatories to an account, and they paid me money. And I knew that as they get the alert, my ex, they get the alert. So now who reach bank first? I got to the bank. I needed to move all the money to somebody. I just called a friend of mine, a lady, and I moved the money to her. And the next day, she moved my money back. She has earned my trust. To say as I moved the money back, the money came back less 10%. I don't go kill him. I don't go fight him. But just know that me and you are not going to join money together in the future. So we need to also establish this. Oh, I'm marrying a man. I want to do this. Have you proven yourself to be trustworthy? So as a woman going into a man's house, just also as a man, my wife can walk into the room now and see me on the phone with a bere and not say, who are you talking to? Why are you talking to her? Because if I don't talk to a bere 1 month ago, sleep with him. Talk to another person 3 months ago, sleep with him. The day I talk to Victoria Inyama like this, woman go on to say, what? Because I have not built a trust system. So what I want us to talk about is there's nothing set in stone, especially for you that you are entering a relationship. Build your trust system. I can trust you with certain things. Do you understand? I know if I leave money around my house, my money doesn't, if it's missing, maybe it fell somewhere, maybe they were careless, but that they will literally come and steal my money. No, I don't have that problem with them. But guess what? There was a time, because of where I'm coming from, I used to check, where's my money? Abi? It got to a point where I realized that this one's not a thief. So we need to also talk about trust systems. And we need to also understand that nobody is ready made for marriage. Marriage is not a brand new car that you spec. I want red seats the way I spec my cars. I like red and black seats. So the two of them have exactly the same seat, red and black. You understand?
Exactly.
Marriage is not like that.
This is exactly why you discuss the right things before you get married. And if you see that certain things will not fall in place,
protect yourself.
Don't get married.
Everyone,
That's
love
true.
is sweet, but divorce is bitter. God bless you,
You
Bill.
know what Sabio said? Sabio said, protect yourself. He says that you will regret, because I was reading some comments that you will regret it when you are divorcing if you share. Actually, you will regret it if you don't share. If you are hiding from your wife or your husband, when you get a divorce, At least thank God it's America or maybe even UK. I don't know. They will bring out. They will open your nyash like this. You will be surprised
But
how they will bring out
it's not
everything
all
that
the
you
time.
have.
It's not all the time.
No,
It depends on the man, though. Some men know how to hide their assets that you will never know. So
You
me and
never
that
Auntie
does
know.
not
have had
really
these arguments before
that
about hiding
no,
assets.
that does not really count. I'm telling you, I'm telling you from facts that some men would hide, they would put it in different names, you would never ever find out. And it's not because of anything, it's just because of who they are or past trauma, or maybe they've had a divorce before or something like
But
that.
you
So they're
know
just
that
being
in the
extra.
Western world, every income is tracked. So it's not about where your income
It's
is
not
going
every
to,
income
what
that
is
is tracked.
coming
When you're
in.
self-employed, you can't be tracked.
How can you not track it? You're going to file taxes. You're going to
No, no,
collect
no.
money
And
through your
I know
bank.
what
You're going
I'm
to have a
saying.
bank account.
Well, no, 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 no. A lot of deals. You can do a lot of deals, big deals, and you do cash in hand. Yeah, it doesn't have
And
to be a
cash in
bank-to-bank
crypto.
transaction.
Crypto.
Yes, or and then cash in crypto. So maybe you've been dealing with just working class people. When you deal with business people, then you will find out that that
Okay,
you can't be
maybe
paying
I
all
have a
that
lot to
tax now.
learn
There are
there.
also a
I'll
lot,
go
lot
Yes,
and
of
learn about
offshore
that.
yes, you
accounts that
do.
people pay money to that is
So
tax free. All those
okay,
Panama, Dubai, people go there, open accounts in
yeah,
Dubai, and
exactly.
okay,
Exactly. Yes, they do that,
okay,
Okay.
two
and you
things because
can't.
we've
But
overshot our time.
but the thing,
She has a
but the thing
question,
is,
then I want Victoria's comment
Okay.
on Emeka Ike. But you quickly ask your question. Two questions. Go ahead.
Okay, Ma, good evening, Ma.
yes, darling. Good evening or good morning,
Oh, yes,
actually.
good morning. I wanted to ask you because you were talking about submission and submissive wives.
Yeah.
But, well, I don't believe that it's every woman should submit to. There are men that women can't submit
Why
to.
why why would you want to be with a man that you don't respect? For me, submission is
I know,
respect.
but I wanted to ask you: is there a way to look at like key personalities or key traits to look out for in a man?
Of course, when you guys are friends, when you have to become friends with somebody you want to date, right? When you have to be friends with someone you want to date, you have to know the person to a reasonable extent. But the truth of the matter is, for a woman, if you love a man, or if you love somebody, or if you love something, you will cherish it. And part of what makes you love that person is the person's behavior, the person's attitude. There must be things about the person that you love. And I always say one thing: fall in love with that part of a man that money cannot buy: his character, his behavior, his personality, right? For me, I can add his looks, yeah, but it has to be his personality. He just has to be top notch. You understand? And then when you love the personality, you would know that you can allow this person to tell you what to do, or basically to direct you, to support you, to help you. But you have to be ambitious yourself. Now, when you're ambitious and you meet a guy who says, you know what, you go for it. Okay, after your degree, do your master's. Okay, let me show you. There are these courses you need to do. There are these things that you need to do, and you would you would always want to be like, what can I do for you? What do you want me to do for you? You would always go out, and part of that friendship is you know what he likes, you know what he doesn't like. What he doesn't like, if it's something you like, you come to the middle and say, oh, you don't like clubbing, for instance, and I love to club. And if he's the kind of guy that will say no, you cannot go out, then you know that that's a red flag, and you have to find something to do about it. But if he's a guy that says, okay, maybe we could club together once in a while, and that once in a while is going out. At a point, you as a lady, you probably wouldn't even want to do that. Maybe when kids start coming and stuff like that. So you will stop. But the truth of the matter is, love is very, very good and important. Love is not enough. But when you love a guy, when you fall in love with a guy, and he loves you back, submission is nothing. Is not, in fact, it doesn't come. Submission does not. Before you go out, you will even want to tell him, sweetheart, I want to go to this party next week, or oh, sweetheart, I want to buy this, oh, sweetheart, I want to do this, oh, can we do this? It will come naturally. And if you're blessed with a guy that, will tell you, go ahead. Then the trust is built. But the thing is, like your dad is saying, if you say you're going to A, go to A. What are you lying for? The problem is that, I don't know whether it's social media or stupid westernization that has turned a lot of women
Stupid
and a lot of
westernization. I love that term.
Please don't call it stupid. Let's learn the good from the
no,
West.
I'm
Whatever
calling
is
it.
good
I live
from
here.
them, we can
It's
learn.
not everything
And
from the
whatever
West that
is
is
bad,
good.
we don't have to
We
take.
always go and learn. We learn the wrong thing. We
If
are
it's
learning the
stupid
wrong thing.
westernization, why are we here? Why aren't we in our
No.
country?
I'll tell you why. I say it's stupid westernization to an extent. The typical British people that are giving you this false illusion, they are so submissive. I mean, I live in a countryside, right? I live around farms. We have farms, and obviously here, farmers are very, very rich. They are like, their land is like, the way their wives talk to them, the way their children talk to them. And these are children that go to private schools. And I'm talking about private schools of 30, 40, 50K per term. They actually like put their head down to say, good morning, Dad. Yeah. They are so well raised. They are so humble. They don't talk when their father is talking. Social services does not go to their place. I am telling you, I want to say this is national TV, right? The social service, you get the kind area where who they call them, go there, go do waiting. You can't now. See, there is power and there is power. Forget. So we will go and copy this and copy that and copy this. Most of the things we are copying is wrong, right? There's no equality. Man or woman are not equal. I have boys and girls, and I tell my kids, there is no equality in man or woman. If not, I will tell your brother to do something, and I will tell you to go and do that same thing, and you better do it. So it's not
Now,
the same.
sorry, this
Reasoning as
topic can
well
get
is
us
not the
going
same.
on for hours, and I'm exhausted and I need to sleep. So I want
After
your
eating
comment on
it's right?
yes. So I learned that from Victoria. Now, so we follow Victoria go one restaurant to Victoria order rice and ECU. Now, so taste boss decide say she go cook am for us for house today.
God, did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was lovely, lovely.
Yeah. So
here's my point. I need your comment. Iberi, thank you so much. We're going to have this conversation again separately. You understand? Because I know that this matter
I
never
hope you
been
understand when I say is silly, because for
I
a lot
want
of
us to stay
women,
away from
if
this
if
because
my
you
husband
see, my
doesn't do this,
problem with
I'm not doing this.
conversations
If
is
my husband,
when we
like,
came
are
here,
you
I
okay?
normally
Are you
say we're
mad?
going to stay.
Oh no, I'm
No,
not.
30 minutes.
I'm just maybe it's me and my people in the comment section. I'm not mad. Like I
You know what
definitely
I'm saying
respect
is,
your
Iberi, I
opinion.
know say this
Mine stands
conversation
and
never
it's
belle
okay.
fool you.
No,
So
I
we go
know, but
talk
are we
and
gonna
engage.
argue with somebody else outside? That is
We'll
I'm
talk
okay.
about
Trust
this
me.
Argument. So
engage.
bring your argument, and I'll try and explain to you
Somebody said,
why
Daddy,
I'm
please
saying
stay
what
for
I'm
an extra
saying.
hour. You have not bought one money gun.
Exactly.
Nobody has
Don't mind them.
sent me
They're not buying money
1 naira.
guns.
You want me to stay and entertain you. You are not paying me for it. Let me go and sleep so that I can meet my daily sleep quota. What I want Victoria to do right now is what she hasn't done. So in 5 minutes, please, and let's keep it
Let
within 5 minutes.
me leave. But I'm not upset
No,
at all. Like I
you
totally
can't even
get
be
that.
upset because we are still going to have this argument again another day. And I will bring you and I will bring Sabio. Make we come see as the matter
Daddy,
one thing.
please, no, I'm going to look for somebody else that will argue with
Uh-huh.
you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
So, Victoria, what are your thoughts on Emeka Ike and his son? In 5 minutes, let's just hear you.
Okay. Wow. Emeka is a friend, and I know him. At least I've worked with him a couple of times. As a parent, right? As a parent, there are just certain things you don't say to your child, no matter what. And I just said, I will say that I mean, like, I have an 18-year-old son, yeah? And most times, before you lose your mind, you just walk away. And then you find a better time to say the things that you want to say. You don't react, because these children, they will make you, you will lose your mind if you're not careful. And the things you say, you might just end up regretting it, because you know it is that child that has your character that you always clash with the most. And if you're honest to yourself, you will sit down and say, that was me when I was that age, right? So if a child decides, and it doesn't, you can invest everything in a child, and the child would have a mind of his own and say, you know what? And this is a problem that we have, a lot of African homes have, is that you will force a child to do something. First of all, have you asked the child, what do you want to do? Okay, whatever you want to do, I will guide you to it, but you have to try and give me this basic education, and then go for something else. And then it's 50-50. He might go for his dreams and lose and come back, and you say, oh, well, if I had wanted to teach you or correct you, you would have said no. So now you've learned your lesson. Now come, let's try it another way. That's the difference. It's always good to allow the child to go into the world and just support the child as much as you can. The child, you can put a child in a very expensive school. Is the child coping? Does the child like the school? Is the child happy there? If these things are not happening, then forget it. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, and you're wasting the child's time. They have other schools. I don't know about Nigeria or wherever, but they have other schools. If you know a child, it's not every child that is academic. It's not every child that is academic. And when the family dynamics, there's an issue, there's a distraction for the child. There's a big distraction. Because now one person wants to play to mommy and one person wants to play to daddy. And from the things I've been reading before, the kids were with daddy originally. In their early years, they were with daddy. So what was the foundation like at that time? Because see, 0 to 10, if you don't get a child at 0 to 10, you will struggle with that child at 10 to 15. There are certain things you instill in 0 to 10 that will stay. The child will know you and you will know the child. Then 10 to 15, the child will be pushing boundaries, trying to see, okay, if I do this, if I do that. But from 0 to 15, you would know, is this child academic? Okay, what would you like to do? Like my son now, I know his weaknesses, and I'm like, wouldn't you want to do this? Wouldn't you want to do that? In UK, it's not compulsory you go to a university. You could go to an apprenticeship, because for him, he's so ambitious with money. So I'm thinking, if you don't want to spend 3 years studying, you could spend 3 years working and studying. So now you know you're getting paid for it. So now you will take your studies a bit more seriously, because you know that if you fail your exams, you're not going to get your salary. Now you got to go to that school. That if you don't go to school, it's counted as you're absent from work. So you have to go to school, because school is work and work is school, and you're being paid, and the company is paying for your school fees. So you're getting your salary, you're getting your experiences, and you're not in debt. And it's okay that, oh, he's not in it's a university, but it's an apprenticeship. So first of all, find, what does the child want to do? We need to stop forcing our children to live our own dream.
I'll give you an example on that one. I have 3 daughters in uni. One of them is in a federal uni, the other 2 are in private uni. Private uni is 5 times the cost of federal uni.
Wow.
The ones in federal uni, the ones in private uni actually want to go to federal, and the one in federal does not want to go to private. So sometimes, even with the strikes and all, because the one in federal uni has realized that there's a lot more independence. You go to school, part of the university experience is you go and live like an adult outside your home. You take your own decisions. You bear your own consequences. But in private uni, you cannot leave the university. You cannot drink alcohol. You cannot do this. You can. In federal uni, when you live outside the campus already, you wake up one day and cross the road to a beer parlor, have 2 drinks and go back. Nobody will ask you. You understand? So you like that, because whether you like it or not, that is also part of the learning curve. They are learning independence.
That's
My
life.
child
Yeah.
that is in the federal uni one day came and said, their former house where they are staying, the guy is having some issues. Then she needs another house. How much is the other house? Gave me the bill. Oh yeah, take the money. She lived in that house for 6 months before one day we said, come, this house you are living in, let's even go and know the place. You understand what I'm telling you? They learn how to sort things out. They learn how to go to the markets. They learn how to, I give you an allowance. I'm not going to add 1 naira to it. You better go.
But that's good. That's even better. That's better than the federal university. I mean, the private university, sorry.
You are herded like sheep. Now, the private university, if they tell you it's 4 years, it's 4 years. It's not 4.5, unless you fail. So I understand where you're coming from. Also, you need to ask the kids, because at a point when the two of them were not in private, now look like we're cheating the one that is in federal, because the ones in private are going to expensive schools. I now offered it to the one in federal. Should we move you to private? I said no.
No. I like
now,
where I am.
Imagine I had moved her, now believing that I'm spending more money.
Exactly.
The child is now going there and is less happy. So also, you are right. Consider the child's
Consider the child. If the child wants to go to school, right? I mean, if the child wants to do music, okay, I will support you in your music, but you will also give me some good grades, because you need to read. You need to read and understand the contracts when it's time for you to sign a contract, please. And if you don't go to school, how would you understand the contract you've been given to sign? So just study enough. Just study enough to understand your right from your left, and just in case music is not, you could find so many other things to do in music.
There's ceremony with a Yoruba actor, and we're all on the same panel. Do you know this guy has his master's in law? And he's a Yoruba movie actor. I've forgotten his name. How can I forget his name? Please, if you remember, he said he writes his own contract. Imagine, not law. He has a law degree. He's called to the bar.
Exactly.
And he has master's in law. Meanwhile, his Yoruba film is acting. So he understands the legal aspect of.
And he will go very, very far. He will go very far. He would not just end up as an actor. He's going to get opportunities that has to, something with law, maybe any law contract. His movie roles are going to give him visibility. And that visibility is going to take him into places that his legal sense will now take him to a higher place. There's one musician I respect so much, Mr. Easy. That guy, is it Mr. Yes, Mr. Easy. Easy now, what's his name? Yes, Easy. That guy is one silent. Let me not talk too much. His
Anyway,
business
guys, if I don't end it, it will never end. So I have to end today. My final take, and I'm sure Victoria agrees with me, is there needs, forget about the wife. I'm sorry, I'm not undermining her pain or anything. I'm talking right now.
No, but she was
the son and
not
the
there in the formative years. That the free, she was not there in the formative
what I'm
years.
talking
So
about
just
now is the father and the son.
And
there needs
son,
to be peace between that father and that son. The father,
there will be.
The father should apologize, not because he's wrong, but because he wants to draw his son closer. And the son should also apologize to his father because the way he talked to his father was wrong, and his father actually wanted the best for him. So both parties should apologize, not because we are looking for who is right or who's wrong, but because we need to move forward and we need to be able to help this boy mold his life. That's my take.
Exactly. He still needs the direction of a father and a mother. The thing is, when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. There is no win-win or lose-lose in any divorce. As for every family dynamics, it is the children that are suffering. It is these children that are seeing everything. And they have a lot of, innate trauma going on that they can't even talk about because they don't want to hurt this one or they don't want to hurt that one. So at this stage, a lot of damage is done. That damage needs to be rectified. And it's only love and understanding, that can rectify it. The guy is... Absolutely. As the guy is talking, you see these young guys, these young children that are...
Cut you, not cut. Anytime you add and the story, they grow, they go.
Why did you
Thank you
call me
so
at
much.
this time now? Why didn't you call me from beginning of the live
I was
now? Why
calling
did
you, you were
you
not
call
picking
me?
up. It was because I didn't call, you didn't pick up that I brought a Biri and the other guy. We matter
Really?
on enter corner.
The phone didn't ring. It didn't even ring. I'm so
It's
sorry. Maybe you went
okay.
on
It's
night
okay.
mode.
We've been live for 1 hour 30 minutes, which is a lot for me.
Are you serious? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm not gonna
What
get
are we
enough
talking
sleep this
about
time.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll let you know. I'll call you. Probably still talk a little bit about this and hover more around father-son relationship, which is what we're trying to see if we can get the father and the son to come together. God bless you all. Thank you so much, Victoria. Ibiri, thank you so much. The
Good
other gentleman, I didn't get your
night.
name. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. And all of you in the comment section,
Thank
we love you,
you.
Amara. Sign out.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.